Hey gang, it's Sandy at Life with Zest. I am so excited that you're here. That means you joined the Life with Zest Club and you are one of the lucky qualifiers for my 30-day Jumpstart program. In a little while, you should be receiving an email and it's going to give you the login information and a way to create an account in the membership site and the Life with Zest Club. You're also going to get a link to our Facebook group, the Life with Zest Club private Facebook group. So the only people who can see anything that's on there is those of us who are members of the Life with Zest Club. Cool, huh? So if you plan ahead, you're going to actually have more success for this holiday season. And I wanted to get this right out to you so that you have a better end of your year. So we rock 2017 and this last part of it. So every week you're going to get a different email and a book that will give you some new guides and some new fun things. But this week, let's see what we've got. We are going to start out with a recipe guide. And this has delicious, yummy, healthy recipes. And I want you to get adventurous. Get in there and check out the recipes. Some of them may not look like something you would like, but you'd be surprised. Recently, we've been trying some roasted vegetables, which I never really thought we liked, and lo and behold, we love them. So check out the recipes, go through, and make sure that you make a list of all the things that you have that you already in those recipes that you don't have to use when you get to the shopping guide. So you can just cross them right off. But if you make your list like 3 to 4 days in advance before you go shopping, then you won't be stuck with, the last minute stuff and trying to figure out what you're going to eat. There's nothing worse than getting home at night and going, oh my goodness, what are we going to eat? I always keep my my grocery list right on my iPhone, and it's right there in the notes section. So I have a running list no matter where I am, and if I decide to go shopping right then and there, I'm not going like, oh my goodness, I forgot my list at home again. So that, or I can actually take a picture, and you'll see you're going to have a shopping guide. You can take a picture of exactly what you need, so it's on your phone, and you don't have to worry about when or where you go shopping. If you find that you've got a couple minutes and you can go shopping right then and there, you're going to always have your list right there with you. All right. So get creative and prepare this list ahead of time. And then when you get home, wash and prep all your fruit and vegetable. And it's really not that difficult, but it's really, really essential, because if you go into the refrigerator and you already have washed and prepped fruit and veg, guess what? Your chances of eating them instead of grabbing something else, some junk food, are going to be higher. So wash your fruits and veg, just throw them in the sink and put a little bit of vinegar in there, and that'll help clean it up. And you know what? Sometimes I forget about it. It's in there for a half hour, an hour, whatever. If you're busy, not a big deal. And then just take them out and let them dry. I actually have some drying bags that I put everything in that I just shop with, and then just throw a whole bag into the sink, and then I pull out the bag and hang it on the back of a chair to let everything dry. That makes it even faster. But make sure you prep some of that, because when you prep ahead of time, mostly at this time of the year, you don't want to go in and just grab anything that's in the refrigerator, and most of the time it's going to be junk, right? So when you're making your recipes, and you'll note that when we get to your menu planning guide, you'll see it has a spot for each day of the week. But if you double or triple up what you're making, guess what? You're not going to have to cook every day, and there's going to be something healthy in there for you. Also, double up on the recipes, but also make ahead a grain. I usually like to try to make a whole chicken or some kind of chicken recipe at the beginning of the week. So I've got that to go. So check out some of the recipes here that you can make double or triple. They're all made to be able to do that. But then make a grain, and you've got a healthy grain like some quinoa or some brown rice. And if you make a larger batch of it, then you have that. So you've got a protein and you've got a grain. And even if you don't follow the recipes, you'll have something healthy in the refrigerator. And I usually try to make them with like a chicken or a vegetable stock instead of just water, and that adds a little more flavor to your rice or your quinoa. But remember, when you're making the quinoa, to rinse it off real quickly and make sure you get that outer coating on it so it doesn't taste funky. All right. Now, ask the family what they want. I've found that people who ask their family members what they want, that's if you have a family member or a loved one living with you, you can ask yourself too, hey, what do we want this week? But go through there and see which ones that the family likes and would like to do. I've found that family members that get more involved with you in the planning also will actually eat some of the things because they made a choice to do it and enjoy it with you. All right. And you're going to use your menu planner. And this is what it looks like. It's real basic. And like I said, you can just put in Sunday that you could make one of the recipes, and you can put an arrow over to Monday and Tuesday. And there you go. You've got 3 days covered, and you don't even have to cook on those extra days, but you know you've got something healthy in the refrigerator or in the pantry. So use this handy little weekly plan. And like I said before, take a picture of it after you have planned it all out. And sometimes people like to even put it on the refrigerator so that everyone kind of knows what is for the meals throughout the day. If you're making smoothies, you can actually make a double or a triple batch of smoothies. They're usually more ideal right away, but I just throw them into a jar or into a large container, get them out of the plastic, like if you've got a Vitamix or a mixer, and just put them in a cover and put them towards the back of the refrigerator. So you know that they're there, but they're also going to be ready. So the next morning you can just get up and you're ready to rock and roll. You might even also, if you want to make smoothies for the morning, is get everybody involved and pull out all the things that you would normally have in the smoothies, and everyone can make their own bags. And so you can make 2 or 3 of those bags, and then they're in the refrigerator already. And when you get up in the morning, all you have to do is just dump the bag into the blender, and voila, you're in and out of the kitchen in a jiffy. All right. Next, we have the grocery shopping guide. Now, use this guide to so that you have the healthiest food options possible. If you use this guide and you plan your meals, you plan your week, you're going to have a much healthier week, much healthier things in the cupboards and in the refrigerator. And what you want to do is look at things that don't have any more than 5 ingredients. And why 5? It just turns out, some of the things that are more wholesome actually don't have a lot of stuff in them, and it's easier on your digestive tract, and it's easier on and when you are eating things that are tough on your digestive tract, you're going to get tired. And at this time of the year, the last thing we want to do is be running low on energy, right? And then also try to look at the labels and find things that, if there's anything in there you can't pronounce, guess what? It probably doesn't belong in our bodies, right? So steer clear of all those foods and the junk food. And if you don't have it in the house, guess what? You're not going to eat it. And if you prepare like this, and I know it sounds like it's going to add more work to your week, but actually it's going to save you time and energy, and you're going to get more energy because you're going to be putting healthy, good stuff in your body. So you have a life with zest. All right. Last but not least, we need to have a measuring point, right? You're going, oh, I really see it. But yes, you really want to do this. Go in and measure yourself first thing in the morning. So you step on the scale with no clothes on, and that way you've got a guide. So you always dressed the same way or undressed the same way, right? So we're going to take measurements, and it says right and left arm. Really, if you're right-armed, use your right arm. If you're left-handed, use your left arm and your left leg. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to measure right here at the biggest part of your upper arm, and then also in the biggest part of your lower arm. And then we're looking at the bust. You want to catch it right around where your nipples are, so you're going right from the back and all the way around. And when you don't have clothes on, you're going to get the best measurements that you've got there as well. Next, we've got our waistline, which is the smallest part of your waist. And then the hips is your largest part of your hip bones. And then your upper right leg or left leg is the largest part of your thigh. And of course, the largest part of your calf. You want to get your neck and make sure you keep your hair out of the way, and get your abdomen, which is right above where your belly button is. And then just add everything up. And now you'll have a place to keep track of your your progress. All right. So I look forward to working with you in the next few weeks and then rocking and rolling and ending 2017 on a great note, much better than gaining extra weight. And you'll also want to look at the holiday guide because that is going to help you as well. Anyway, here's to your success and life with zest. See you on the next one. Have a great zesty day.